Ryan here, Jeremy there.
Hi there.
We've just beamed back from our Star Trek away mission, Star Trek Discovery away mission. So it's one of these location-based, full-body VR experiences where you and I and a couple of our REGN colleagues went to a spot, retail location in downtown San Francisco, and did about a 25-minute immersive VR experience where we got to be in Star Trek, or at least as close as we can currently get. Before we talk kind of details, just real quick, what did you think, Jeremy?
Well, I thought it was interesting how they set it up. Like, I've done some of these immersive VR things. I've done a few before, and normally you're either in like a room or you're in a space where there are physical objects. You guys may have seen like one or the other.
Yeah.
This was not one of the ones that has physical objects, but they did have this really interesting thing where they put trackers on our feet.
Yes.
And on our
forearms, yeah.
In addition to the haptic vest, which actually worked pretty well.
It did.
And then the VR helmet. So you had like a lot of stuff going on, which was it was a little weird, but I think it gave you a little bit more of a sense of where you are in the physical space.
Yeah, and there was always kind of a red outline on the ground, which okay, that breaks the the illusion a little bit, but also keeps you from literally running into the wall of the space.
As a gamer, I think just because we've all been playing so many battle royales and everything, if they would have just made the room circular, like that would have made more sense logistically to say like, hey, there's like a bounding box within which like your teleportation range can work.
But yeah, it was interesting. So it's based on Star Trek Discovery, the current show on CBS All Access, which I admit I'm not watching. I wish this had been Next Generation theme. That would have been my jam.
I'm not so sure it makes that much of a difference, to be honest.
And maybe not. But so we're just you play four people, you choose your avatar, and then of course you get in there and you've got the full body thing. You can, we can touch each other if we need to. Like the healing mechanic, is to put your hand on someone's shoulder if they get downed in the fight.
I wouldn't know because I never got downed in the fight. So.
I had the most kills, but so you get a phaser, which they put in your hand, and then a tricorder.
Yeah. That part was funny though, because they come and physically put it in your hand. It's not like where you see the gun and take it.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, it's again, the 25-minute thing takes you from the bridge, you're beaming around, and the beam effect's cool that they get some fans on the wall, blow air on you, and the vest vibrates.
Yeah, the vest was pretty cool.
Makes you think your molecules are actually breaking down and being reassembled somewhere else. But and then you do some scanning, but it's mostly there's a lot of phaser combat. As the thing goes.
More so than you would probably expect to see in a Star Trek thing.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, so I mean, it's mostly kind of a shooting gallery thing, right?
Yeah. So initially you go around and you're scanning things, looking around for objects, which I kind of like because I play a lot of those, Yeah,
adventure games, exploration
Disco
stuff.
Elysium type games, and it felt like that, looking around trying to find clues and everything. But then when the combat breaks out, the phaser was actually like pretty accurate, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're able to duck and take cover, even though you're in an empty room.
Yeah,
you could duck down and you'd have cover from stuff.
The sense of being in a physical space really kind of worked. Like I was taking cover a lot, and trying to go for higher accuracy. About halfway through, so for the first half, we're all dicking around shooting at icicles and stuff like, tight. Like if you shoot
or
an
each
icicle,
other, just
down.
to rock somebody else's vest.
Just seeing how the vest works. So like our accuracy was pretty screwed right from the jump. But later on, it's like you can really take cover effectively and kind of like figure out where people are. If somebody shoots you in the back, you feel it in your back.
Yeah.
And you kind of turn and. There's some surprising moments that result from that.
Yeah, so I mean, I liked it overall it's definitely a fun experience to do with a group of friends. You get to talk about it after. You get kind of the built-in water cooler moment with it. It's based on original Oculus Rift Generation 1 tech, not the Rift S that's out now. So, it gets a little, not fuzzy, but kind of, a little not as high res as maybe you might see in a Valve Index set now, or
I felt like I had to
S.
keep like a certain I had to keep my head a certain way to be able to see it in proper focus.
Yeah, it can be like that, and then
which is tough if people are like melee attacking you from behind.
Right, and then there'd be times where there was a lot going on in the fights. There's just guys like bodies flying all over. I'd shoot the explosive barrels. There'd be explosions, and the frame rate did chug a bit, here and there. Not crazily so, but noticeably in spots. So, I mean, I will say, like, I thought it was a really fun thing to do as a group. The thing I got hung up on though, at the end. I said, so they were kind enough to have us down as just media to come and cover this and give our opinion of it. And so to actually go do it, it's $48 a person, which is not cheap. I mean, so if like you and your spouse go, $100.
Yeah.
If you want to take your kids, you've got a couple kids. If the four of you were to go, it's not cheap.
It'd be a lot. Yeah, we were talking about this because what did you say that the Star Wars?
Yeah, the Void, the other
Ghostbusters-
ones, that they've got that Star Wars
That's
one.
more like, what,
It's
35?
35.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So it's still not cheap, but okay. It's it's about a half-hour kind of experience all in and
That
out.
might also be Bay Area inflation. We don't know.
For all we know.
I mean, I will say this: I do a lot of escape rooms, like a lot of them, and they can get pretty expensive.
Okay, that's
and
good
a lot
to
of
know
it
for
has to do
context.
with just like what goes into the creation and construction of this stuff. And while I kind of like missed having the physical space,
Yeah, the
sometimes,
props to touch
like
and
they
lean
have
on.
in the Void ones. They did do a pretty good job of keeping it 360.
Yes.
Where stuff is happening all around you, and
Yeah.
like as a team, it kind of made sense. I think it can do up to 6 people, right?
Yeah.
I can imagine where you might be able to kind of circle up and really get like a high accuracy rating because of it.
And then I think the last point I would make is that I really liked a thing that they did here at the Sandbox VR thing with the Star Trek experience was there's a post game.
Yeah.
When you're done with the game, there's actually a little bit more fun to be had. They take you up and sit you down on a couch, and then they show you a trailer
Yeah.
for Away Mission that has
Clips of you.
not only from within the game, your in-game avatar, but actually us in the vests and
Just
stuff.
bopping around the room, looking real silly.
I thought that was pretty fun. And then there was a sort of video selfie that they had us record in character, but then the same thing, it cuts a video together that mixes
That was
in-game avatar stuff with us just being goofy.
just
in
such
the,
a
in the
nice
vests.
touch. Like that was like probably like one of the most enjoyable parts
Yeah.
of it.
And they give you that footage
Yeah.
to take home at the end, so you
Yeah.
do get a keepsake out of
Maybe
it.
we can
so.
get some of that in this video so you can just see what it looks like.
I would assume we've been seeing it already, but just in case, we'll make sure. Jeremy, thank you so much. We are covering all types of gaming experiences here at IGN, whether it's home VR, PC, console, or this location-based experiential VR that you can't get at home. So if you're interested in this, you can look up Sandbox VR. They've got the retail locations, I guess, sprouting up in various cities around the country now.
Which are hopefully a little bit lower priced than some other places.
And for more on all things gaming, keep it tuned right here to IGN.